What's good, beautiful people? How are you? This is your girl Divine Karma coming in with a reading on this evening. How are you? I sent you peace, light, love, and harmony as I always do about this time. Why? Because Divine Karma loves you, baby. Before you do anything, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And just a friendly reminder, my specials on my readings end on December 31st at midnight. All right? Heavy reading, heavy energy. Some of you suffered some childhood traumas. And when I say childhood, I mean, anywhere. That could be a teenager, that can be an infant, that can be, whatever childhood is to you. And when I pulled the cards, like it came and the energy just kind of swept over me a little bit. Some of you had some real, with this suffering, like have been through a lot of suffering. And I say a lot. For some of you, you could have had a lot of like multiple deaths in the family. When you were young, you could have got abused. There's a lot of things that happened. And for a lot of you with this card right here, I'm picking up a lot of you had a lot of death coming up. But your suffering, it is what it is what it is. It could have been anything. I'm just getting the energy from the card, like I said, because the energy was very, very heavy. And for a lot of you, some of you are spiritual, and you may be questioning, why didn't the ancestors intervene? Why didn't the ancestors, they're standing there, why didn't they help me? Why didn't anyone come for me? And again, I'm going to send out so much love. I say I send you peace, light, love, and harmony, as I always do at this time. Why? Because Divine Karma loves you, baby. But I'm saying that with more emotion than I normally do, because just like I said, the energy of whoever this resonates with is very, very heavy. And you're wondering why no one helped. You're wondering why maybe nobody listened. If the ancestors have been there, why didn't they help me? Why didn't they guide me? Why didn't they protect me? Like I said, heavy, heavy energy. I like this deck because the cards, even though there's some of the regular tarot cards, the meanings are very, very profound. And for the suffering cards, it says, what makes me suffer is what I do not understand. And that is the energy of this card. Why didn't they help? Why didn't somebody come? Why didn't the ancestors do something? Why did they let this take place? And a lot of you, this happened as a child. Whatever childhood, again, for you, you could have been 16, could have been 15, could have been 9, whatever, resonates. You have inner strength 29, which is an 11. And you can see, like, look at her face. It's like trying to be strong, but it's still that energy of why didn't anyone come for me? The book says, what is courage? Faith. The remedy for fear? Faith. And a lot of you feel like, I had faith. I was trying to be strong. I was trying to be a big girl. I was trying to be a big boy. I was trying to handle this. And nobody helped me. Nobody came for me. Nobody believed me when I said that these things were happening. I was alone. For some of you, a cat may be significant. You might have had a pet. Next out, you have the Chariot card. Cancerian energy. Many of you moved forward in life, silenced this inside of you, didn't tell anybody. You just moved on and moved forward. Some of you literally moved from where this happened at. And for a while, a lot of you felt like this, like you suppressed it so hard that you felt like you were successful at, it wasn't going to arise again. And at some point in your life, it has or will arise because you have to face it. Number 17, the Star card, about healing. Some of you suppressed this and put this away. Some of you moved. Some of you, but it's coming back around if it already hasn't. And this is the time to face this and heal yourself and release this once and for all is the energy that I'm picking up. In the book, it says the star, hope, inspiration, and serenity. After the storm, the light shines on the path to renewal. And a lot of you are going through an awakening. And some of you may be wondering, why are you feeling all this now? Why is all this coming back up now? Because you need to heal from it, right? There's a renewal, as the book said, that's coming upon you. There's a spiritual awakening that's happening. And for a lot of you, y'all hear me talk about, the universe, gives us lessons. And for some of you, this is your exam, right? To finally face this, to do the shadow work, to face, to face the scary cat, the demon in the closet. Bottom of the deck, you have number 15, which is amazing. The devil card. And you got the death card after that. The devil card says temptation, material attachments and illusions. Facing your chains, facing your chains is the first step towards freedom. Look at these cards. Look at this. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is wild. Your tower moment is here. Your tower moment is here. Because that fallen, like you've fallen. You fallen. This is your energy of your fallen angel, right? And your fallen angel is because it's time for you to heal. This tower moment is coming. If it hasn't came, it is upon you soon for you to have this tower moment to heal. Because a lot of you, this is how you felt a lot of years, or when this happened, like no one was there to catch me. No one was there to help me. You feel like, man, maybe I was an angel at some point, but I lost my wings. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't. You might be on this downward spiral, or were at the time, and feel like because this has come back up, because it's judgment card, it's time for your awakening. It's time for you to deal with this once and for all and release it. Some of you need to tell some people what happened. God or Buddha, Yah, Allah, whoever source is for you, is waking you up right now. And going through this healing is going to be very tough, but this awakening has to happen because you have bigger and better things to accomplish. Death card. There's time for cycles. Cycles are ending for you. You got the death card and the world card. This is the last cycle. And I know for some of you, you feel like you can't face this. Yes, you can. Because I'm telling you, it wasn't that the ancestors stood by and did nothing. That wasn't the case. For some of you, this is, some kind of lesson, maybe something from a past life, whatever it is. The ancestors are not to blame because they are here to help you. Because the same ancestors you were finger pointing at, they're here to help you heal. Some of you turned your back on, your guides, angels, or whoever these people are in this picture. You have angels and guides that are here to help you heal and get past this. Because this scorpionic energy and the world card, this cycle has to come to an end. And it has to come to an end now because your awakening is upon you. My love, it's time for you to get your wings back. For a lot of you, this may be generational. I'm picking up as well. The devil card. This is your key to freedom, is what it said. Healing, moving past this, learning what your attachments are, learning what's binding you, what's holding you back. That's the energy of the devil card. And if you want your freedom and to completely be past this, You have to do this healing. You have to do this shadow work. You have to face what is binding you in order for you to move forward. For some of you, this is generational. When I was shuffling the cards, I picked up, for some of you, this is completely generation. You have generations of, I'm picking up molestation, poverty. There was someone in your lineage that was a murderer for some of you, and trigger warning. I know let me, that could have unlived someone. Heavy. It's a really heavy energy. Let's get some more cards on the deck. Spirit, give me some more messages about this collective that this is resonating with, please, Spirit. I didn't even put my crystals on. This is so heavy. You have the Conjure Woman, which is the Magician card. There's an energy of manifesting a healing. Some of you have been trying to, and I'm not saying this in a negative way, you thought maybe the only thing you could do was pray about it. But there's more to this than that, because, energy doesn't lie. The energy is too much just to pray about this, right? Prayer is not going to make this go away, right? For some of you, like I keep picking up, like there's been generations of something. It's happened in multiple generations in your lineage for some of you, not all of you, but for some of you. Some of you think that you can't manifest a new life past this, and you can. You truly, truly can. And you have guides and angels to help you manifest past this. For some of you that do ritual and spiritual work, that's into, rituals and spell work and things of that nature, you have ancestors in your lineage that can help you with that. And if that's your thing, doing rituals and, spell work and things of and root work, because, I'm a fan of it, as long as I'm not hurting anyone else, your guides and angels are telling me to tell you that you're not going to find this in a book. You're going to have to create a ritual and spell and root work yourself with elements and energies and things of that nature that, that resonate with this situation. Whatever your situation is, you will have to create this spell work, ritual, or root work yourself to get out of this. For some of you, you have guides and angels that were, witches or root workers or something like that in your lineage. And it's when you start tackling this, they are going to be there to help you. The Goddess Circle, the Wheel of Change, which is the Wheel of Fortune. You're going to get past this. You got the Magician card in the Wheel of Fortune, which is about fate and divine timing. With this Wheel of Circle, it also lets me know the reason why this happened to you as a child. It has something to do with your Akashic records, or, a past life or something along those lines. And again, it wasn't that they were standing by watching. This was above their heads, above their pay grade, so to speak. They weren't allowed to intervene because this was something that was fated on your journey for whatever reason. And I'm not, saying this is a good thing. I'm just giving you the energy. But you're going to get past it. It was destined and fated. But you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Magician card, which means you're going to come out of this. You're going to come out of this. The Loner, isolation and introspection. And a lot of you may have felt like this. No one would listen. Many of you also surrounded yourself with people all the time because you thought that would help ease some of this energy off of you, and that's not true. You're going to have to go within. This is the inside job. If you want to get therapy, by all means do that. But as far as the energy and dealing with it on a on this level, is going to take you going within, spending some time with self. And it's okay to be a loner. There's when you're going through a transformation and you're going through a spiritual awakening, there are phases where you're supposed to be with, other people that's on your level, that can, that you align with, soul tribe people that will help you and guide you, and you need that help. But there's times in your spiritual awakening on your journey where you need to go at it alone. And right now, at this part of it, just at this part of it, a lot of you, outside of, like I said, if you want to get therapy, a lot of you, this is going to be a you job. It really, really is. And for a lot of you, I have a feeling, because in order to get past this, you're going to have to go back to that age to where this happened. You're going to have to go back to that energy, like, to deal with this. And that's hard for people. That's a lot of reasons why people don't get help and deal with childhood traumas, because they don't want to relive it. Right? And to go back to that age when this happened, that's exactly what will have to happen. But when you go back to, revisit this situation, the difference is you now have the power to, one, take your guides and angels with you back to this energy. You also can, adorn yourself with with healing energy that you didn't have when it happened, to have this energy that you didn't have when it happened to take with you to go back and deal with it, right? Creature of earth, take charge. That is, like the victory card, kind of like the chariot card. Same kind of energy. You taking control of this, which you would definitely have to. The chariot card is also about duality, right? Which you're going to, again, when you go revisit this, you will have the blessing of having understood duality, having, being able to balance, having that divine masculine, divine feminine energy within you to create a union. Able to take source or God or whoever source is with back to this, like, you have a game plan to go back, and you have armor to go back, and you have, you got an army to go back. It's not going to be the same going back to heal it, right? It's merely to end it, to simply end it and heal yourself. Bottom of the deck, you have Father of Air, leadership. There's a lot of energy about taking control of this situation. Heavy. I'm going to pull a little bit of tarot, and then we will conclude. Spirit, give me some closing messages for the beautiful souls this is resonating with. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all something, because y'all my people. When I was young, I was raped by one of my siblings' friends. I didn't even tell, like, none of my family knew. I was a teenager. None of my family knew until, a few years ago. Right? So I know. Don't think I'm not. I do. I know what it's like to go back and deal with that. Two things I had to go back and this reading, that for me was to go back and deal with being raped. And I had to go back and deal with, my father has transitioned. He transitioned in 2003. But I was the baby when him and my mother split. And I was a daddy's girl. And even when they split, my daddy would still come and get me for breaks and all of these things and holidays. And he remarried. And my daddy was brown. The lady that he remarried was Caucasian. And y'all know I don't do race. But she had a thing about his brown children. So as I was waiting, I was probably 11 or 12 years old, and I was waiting for my dad to come get me. I had my little suitcase. We lived in the projects then. waiting on my dad to come get me because it was break. And I heard my mom on the phone, and my mom doesn't cuss or anything, but I heard her saying, I'm not telling your daughter that. You're going to tell your daughter that. You are going to destroy her. And I got on the phone. My daddy told me that his new wife did not want me there anymore, and I could never see him again. These were two things in my life. This, because this is how I felt. I felt like, man, why didn't nobody protect me? Where was my people? Where was my angels? Where was my people to help me? And my mom was there, So I understand this feeling. I do. But I promise you, I got through that. I dealt with it. It was uncomfortable to go back and deal with this. But when I went back, I was in a different energy. And I had my guides and angels. I had my army with me. I had my healing energy with me. I had myself balanced and my divine masculine and divine feminine with me. And when I went back to these two things in my life that I knew was holding me back from all of this beautifulness, from manifesting this wheel of fortune, fate was holding me back. I knew I had to deal with it, and I did. And I'm saying that to say you will do the same. All right, y'all like my story time? All right, let's get some closing messages. I told you this energy was really, really heavy. And me and my dad was good when he transitioned. I got older and he divorced her, and me and my dad got things back on track. So I love and miss my dad dearly. You have the Eight of Swords, air energy. Not going back to deal with this is self-sabotage. You're going to continuously feel like you're in a prison. You're going to continuously feel like things don't work out for you. This is your exam. You have to go back and deal with it. For me, it was a couple of things. Spirit, give me some more closing messages, please. Page of Pentacles. There's that child again. Earth energy. You've got to go back and deal with this. Go back to that youthful you. When you go back and deal with this, that, our inner youth, the inner child that stays with us all the time, is what makes us enjoy life a little more. It makes us be a little more creative. It makes us be a little more happy, right? When you go, because I want you to look at these two different individuals. This is the child that went through it. This is your inner child, how you're supposed to be when you're healed, right? So you've got to go back and deal with this, whatever it is, so you can get back to this youthful, creative energy of ideas and being happy about life again, and that inner child shining. You got two fairies. Confirmation. You're not going back alone. The Moon card, Pisces energy. There were some things for some of you behind the scenes that you didn't know when this happened. And not to say that it makes it right or anything, but once you go back and revisit this, you might find some things that you overlooked, that you didn't pay attention to. And not to help whatever happened. I'm saying didn't pay attention to far as your feelings. Dang, I didn't even recognize that I felt this way at this time, right? There's some things about whatever happened that you still are going, some things are going to be brought to the light. And it's going to be even more so beautiful for your healing. Seven of Cups, water energy. Seven of Cups is about having options. And you do. And Spirit is saying you have the option to not go back and deal with this. With all the options come consequences, right? You have the option to suppress this and deal with it every once in a while. And, I'm also picking up, you have the option to be the victim, to continue to be the victim. Going back and dealing with this is going to put you in a victor energy. So you have the option of being the victim or being the victor, right? Bottom of the deck, Two of Swords. Couldn't have said it better. Air energy. The choice is yours. This is a you job, Nine of Pentacles. This is a you job. I'm going to drop this off here. Y'all know the drill. I love you, and I love it when you love me back. And I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.